Right then, so apologies for people of the slight delay. YouTube had its glitch again from earlier on in the season, for those that can remember that. We were broadcasting, but it wasn't registering to the YouTube channel. So 1,000 apologies, we aren't late, we were here, it was YouTube being YouTube. So, let's start fresh, shall we? Good evening, everybody. As always, I am your host, CRL Spider95, and we're here in Tier 3 for CRL, round 10 in Miami. As always, I am joined by my good friend, former teammate, Mr. AFL 1994.
Good evening, everybody, for the second time. I hope you're looking forward to some exciting racing tonight. Right. I sure am.
Well, we've had some excitement already, mate, haven't we? Let's face it, and nobody was here to witness it, apart from the 20 drivers that are now on track. We did start this lobby with 19, and we're suddenly up to 20. I can only assume that means because Harry Palmer managed to jump in because he was late to the session. Anyway, as we were saying, we threw out some facts. Obviously, the track was built around the Miami Dolphins Stadium. AFL doesn't like this track. I love this track. A few drivers are still in contention for the championship, but we'll go in detail with that as we're going on again. Now, we do have a new driver on track. Lars is in the McLaren. I believe he's reserving. Steve, I believe, has got a penalty, so he's not putting in a time for that reason. But that was pretty much the highlights of what me and AFL were discussing already, but it should be a good race. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of those few. I'm one of the few people that actually like Miami.
Yes, McConey does a 27.3.
McConey is currently P3 in the championship. So why don't we head back over to the table and have a look to see what's going on in the championship. So, Bravitt is currently leading the championship by 6 points. 4-star is currently still in contention for it as well. McConey sits P3 with 126, and Strauss has 112. Now, realistically speaking, those are the 4 to keep an eye on for the remainder of the championship. However, it is mathematically possible, I believe, all the way down to about P10 as it stands, for anyone in the top 10 to still win this championship. However, it will be a lot harder for them boys. You've got Ennis in 5th, Indian Jesus in 6th, 3-4 in 7th, War Daddy in 8th, Duil in 9th, and Cold Paradox in 10th. So any of the top 10 do have potential to win this, but it could take a miracle. But stranger things have happened in the world of F1. Moving on to the world of the constructors, though, as it stands at the end of last week's races, so not taking into account Tier 4 or Tier 5 that raced on Monday, Alfa Romeo are currently leading the constructors with 853 points. Ferrari are their closest rivals with 814, followed by the Haas team at 796. McLaren was 677, take 4th. Red Bull with 647, take 5th. Mercedes on 635 and 6th. Let's find somebody else to jump on board with for now. We'll jump on board with 3-4 on out after a minute. As Ennis goes fastest in the session with 127.2. Now, as I was saying, Mercedes currently 6th with 635. Williams is 7th with 632. Aston Martin is literally 1 point behind them, so AFL, you might want to have a team talk with your boys, with 631. AlphaTauri are currently P9 with 516. We know where we stand. Okay. I deserved that. However, at least we can agree we're both not in Alpine, who are currently 10th with 477. Yeah, I know we're not doing well at AFL this season. You know what it is? Because we're not teammates. That's what it is.
I think if we were teammates, we'd be worse off.
Well, yeah, let's face it, we've both not had a great season this season down in Tier 5.
Yeah, 100%.
But it has been an interesting season, no matter what tier you've been watching, whether it be down in Tier 5 with me in AFL, Tier 4, Tier 3, 2. It's been great everywhere this season. It's been action non-stop. Right then, let's see what 3-4 can do. Now, speaking of 3-4 in Miami, I know for a fact he raced around Miami recently, and he pulled off a P3. I wonder if he's brought that same setup, AFL.
Who knows, mate? I want to know what the weather's going to be like as well in the race.
Well, normally, we've had a little birdie tell us the weather by now, but nobody has let us know the weather.
Despicable behaviour.
Unacceptable conditions. But there's still 4 minutes 8 left of this session. I'm pretty sure somebody will soon tell us. Speaking of which, Harry Palmer has messaged saying it's supposed to be full drive for the entire race, mate.
That is good. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, Miami wet is not a fun one.
not at all, mate. Not at all.
Well, it's classed as a hybrid circuit, this one, isn't it?
Oh, Scott.
No, Scott!
He's got enough time to pit, get a new set of tyres on. He was, when I last checked, he was about 3.5 temps up. Luckily, he spun right next to the pit lane, so he doesn't lose that much time.
No, he does not.
That's just unfortunate, though.
Massively unfortunate.
Because he was on a good lap there. But he lives to fight another day, and he gets to go again.
He does. Crack moves up to P10 with 1 minute 27.8. Very, very close grid if you look at it, AFL.
I think with this tier, it is consistently close, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those where if a driver has a bad day, it can literally shake up everything. And that's why I've enjoyed watching and commentating on Tier 3, especially this season. I've actually, obviously because we've had bad seasons, I'm pretty sure you may even agree with me on this, I've actually enjoyed doing comms more than racing this season.
Yep. I feel there's less pressure on commentating than there is racing this season, where it should be the other way around. But, you know, I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Nathan keeps us on for next season.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too.
We are on board with Crack at the minute, who I believe is setting a good lap at the minute. He's invalidated, as I said that, so we'll find somebody else to jump on board with. I'm sorry, Crack, we're going to jump on board with Glowstick and see if he can put in a good time. He's currently going around Sector 1 at the moment. Glowstick in the Alpha Tauri, so come on Glowstick, come on DC, we need points, boys, we need points, we're not doing well. No favouritism, of course, completely impartial.
He was supposed to be non-biased, right?
Completely impartial. Nah, to be fair, I can't call who's going to win. I mean, everyone's putting a good season this season in this tier. It's always good to watch, because every week you go, is it going to be one of the top 3? But then again, like with last week, mate, if you remember, what's it called? Things got a bit crazy and it was great. It was just great to watch.
Just watching Staban now as he comes into turn 1. The turn that I struggled with so much on Monday.
Oh, we switched board and we've gone with Tobes, whose Glowstick unfortunately invalidated right at the very back end there. So, unfortunate for him, but I think he's got time to go again. There is yellow flags in sectors both 1, 2. Oh, Crack has retired from the session as he crashed out. Good possibility.
Not sure.
Well, we'll soon
I
find
think
out.
that yellow flag is a couple of guys just letting other cars through as well.
Possibly. 41 seconds left on the session. One person I'm hoping that does manage to get back round that line to set a time is Scott. But I have to keep an eye on him because he is just coming up to sector 3, I believe.
Oh, Staban's validated. Unlucky.
Tobes is going for another out lap at minute. He's hoping to cross the line before that checker flag is waved. Otherwise, he'll be starting P19 if he's trying to set a time. And this is also going to get over the line just in time as well. So We are now just waiting as an AlphaTauri, which is letting people by for yellow flag, and that is it. Right, so here we go. People are going to start across the line thick and fast now. First one is going to be a Red Bull. Red Bull's going into the pit, so we're going to jump aboard with the Mercedes of Not Jack. Where can Not Jack go? He's going into the pits. Right, so now it's going to be the other Aston Martin. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. We've got to go the long way. McConey goes P3 with 127.3. Up next, I believe, is going to be a AlphaTauri, but that one's coming into the pit. So next, it's going to be an Alpine. It's not Palmer, it's Strauss. No, it was a Williams. It was a Williams of Cole Paradox. He goes 127.7. Now here comes Strauss. Strauss only achieves a P10. Right, okay. Interesting. And Aston Martin joins the field. That'll be for Duwill. Duwill's gone P3. But Brabbit back on pole once again. The championship leader, where he's back on top. Now then, I believe it's 3-4, which is going to cross the line next. And it is. Where can 3-4 go? 3-4 goes P13, no improvement from him. Aston Martin then of Indian Jesus, 127.2. Right. Now it's Tobes. Where can Tobes go? No improvement from Tobes, so he will finish P19. Ennis and a lot of the drivers now coming to pit. I believe that is it, AFL. I believe everyone is now in. It's a front row lockout for Ferrari.
Where have we seen that before?
Well, we've seen it quite a few times, but what normally happens when there's a front row lockout in Ferrari, mate?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
What happened the last time me and you had a Ferrari front row lockout, AFL? The only time we've had a front row lockout.
I actually can't remember what actually happened.
I dropped many position, if you remember, down in Silverstone.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Anyway, Brabbit goes P1 and is championship leader on top, getting converted to a perfect weekend. Only time will tell. Ennis goes P2, Indian Jesus P3, Duwill P4, McConey P5, Lars P6, Palmer P7, Cole Paradox P8, DC P9, Strauss P10, Will Daddy P11, and Crack will take the final points position in 12th. 3-4 P13, 4-star P14, Jack P15, Staban C16, Clark, Glowstick, Tobes and Seed fill out the back. Obviously Seed not setting a time due to a qualifying ban. Now then, AFL, you've seen the quali. What are you expecting from the race?
I don't know, with this tier anything can happen, and as I was saying, the top 5 are separated by just over a tenth. Anything could happen. Strategies. It's going to be interesting to see how the Ferraris play here as well. If there's going to be any team orders, or they're just going to all out just go out for it.
Well, as it stands, looking at it Ferrari-wise, both Ferraris are still in with a chance of winning the championship. It just means Ennis has got to put in overtime to get there. So, as Ennis gone, you know what, I'm going to accept my place in the team here and go P1. Sorry, and just back up Brabbit, who's currently in P1, because Brabbit is obviously leading the championship. So, Brabbit may be breathing a sigh of relief as well, because his 2 championship rivals are currently further down the grid. The only one he's going to worry a little bit about is, of course, his teammate. So, it's a hard one with technically 3 rounds left to go. So obviously this is the first of 3 rounds left in the championship. It is one of those where both drivers have a chance. But have they spoke behind the scenes and have they come to an agreement? It's because obviously there's no team principal role here, obviously at CRL. So it's
it's all to play for.
Yeah, it is all to play for. But it all depends if Ennis and Brabbit. But only time will tell. Now, obviously, 4-star, we've known that he's good, and McConey, they're both good drivers on track. We know that if anyone's capable of doing comebacks, it's them. Scott, same again. Scott's got to put in good results as well. Same with Indian Jesus. War Daddy, Duwill, and Cole Paradox have pretty much got to get a podium now each race to stay in it, ideally. So, but anything can happen. Anything can genuinely happen.
Stranger things have happened, mate.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But Here we go, and we approach 5 lights out. It is 5 lights out and away we go, and that was a quick start as well for these boys, so...
Aston Martin bogged down there a little bit. He's bogged down a lot. He's lost several positions. The Ferraris do get away very well.
Well, there is an Aston Martin, like you said, Aston Martin's lost that. That is Indian Jesus. Indian Jesus has dropped all the way down to P18. Is it a VSC or a safety?
I'm not sure.
I think it's a VSC. It's a VSC, mate.
Yeah.
So while the VSC is underway, we'll take a look, obviously, at tyre strategy. Bit of a mixed grid, mate. Half the grid opting for hards, some of them opting for mediums, and some of them opting for softs, as 4-star picks up a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flag conditions. Wow. I'm sure Brabbitt will be breathing a bit more of a sigh of relief there. Obviously his main rival picking up a 5-second time, but he won't know that unless he's listening to the stream in the background, in which case he now knows that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting looking at it. Brabbitt on the mediums, Ennis on the hards, and DeWill on the softs. Brabbitt is probably going to be hoping that Ennis can sort of be a rear gunner for him and keep DeWill behind, as DeWill is on the faster tyre. But we'll see anyway. I think there's a lot of strategy that can play into different people's hands here as well.
Well, it can't be as bad as what we had down in Tier 5 on Monday night. 5 full safety cars. The safety car, in my opinion, was driver of the day.
100%. Safety car saved me as well.
Yep, saved quite a few of us that day. Saved me at one point as well. That's how, well, fastest lap of the day so far. Obviously, opening lap. A 1:49. Not something that you'd say would be a fastest lap.
That's horrifically slow, guys. Come on. You're quicker than that.
Oh, dear.
But we're back underway now.
We are back underway now. Speaking of underway, Tiers 1 and 2 are now live on the CRL's channel. Obviously, you want to. We're in the main race now, so stick around with us. But if you are a Tier 2 supporter, Tier 1 supporter, go and show the guys some love. They're getting underway with quali as we speak. But Brabbitt got a really good restart by the looks of it. But Ennis, I think, is playing defensive. Just from looks alone, I think Ennis is playing defensive. He's going to try and hold up DeWill as much as possible.
Yeah, of course, he wants to try and hold him up, but as well not ruining his own race as well.
Well, Ennis, I think, is taking the same approach as what I did on Monday and trying to go long with those hard tyres. Didn't really go my way, but...
Hey, we scored points, that's the main thing.
No, I did not.
Did you not?
Nope.
Ah.
That's why I tried doing a donut right at the very end. Like, if you watch Tier 5 stream back, mate, you'll see me attempt a donut. It didn't work. It's the worst donut. No, it's the worst donut in recorded CRL history. There we go, there's the time.
All of shame performance, Rob.
Oh, 100%. If I don't get an award for it at the end of the season for the worst donut in CRL, I'll be gutted. To be honest, I'm not expecting any awards this season, not like last season. This season, nah, I've got no chance on anything. But, I'll tell you what, these boys have all got chances. Moments of the season, drive, everything is in this tier. It's been great to watch, and we've still got 3 rounds left to go. Well, technically 2. Right then, let's go and find a battle somewhere. We've got a bit of a battle going on for P2 here. DeWill finally getting pound Ennis, and this is going to allow Palmer to potentially come into play as well. So let's jump on board with Palmer now. Lars.
He's going around the outside.
Oh, clean.
Backs off a little bit. DRS is coming up as well.
Yeah, DRS obviously now enabled because it's now on lap 3. So we're going to stick on board with this battle that's warming up for P3. Can Palmer get round the Ferrari? Palmer going down on the inside and does take P3 there from the Ferrari. However, Ennis is trying to say, no, that's my position. So we've got a good little battle going ahead. Ennis now, they're wheel to wheel as they go into the last corner. And there's contact! There's contact! The Alpine and the Ferrari have taken each other out and Palmer is out of the race. And that will be a full-fledged safety car.
Oh, guys.
And as a result, 3-4 has picked up a 5-second time penalty. He's had a severe collision with DC. Wow. AFL, your thoughts on the collision that we just witnessed?
I'm not going to say anything.
A man of few words, people. But
yeah,
that's one for the stewards definitely to potentially look into.
That's just unfortunate on both drivers' part.
It was good battling right up until they crossed the line. It's a shame that, because Harry's actually been doing quite well in Tier 3. Obviously, full-time driver down in Tier 4, currently leading the championship. Trying to push for a Tier 3 seat next season. And it's ended early for him. Right, the question is, mate, would you come in on mediums and go to a hard and try and push hard to the end, or...?
Nah, stay out. Stay out. Track position is key.
Well, by the looks of it, a lot of people are agreeing you about track position. Glowstick has come in earlier on. DC's had to come in, obviously, due to damage. And I'm sure 3-4's the same reason. We've got Staban, Tobes and Sieb all coming in as well. Now, the hard runners wouldn't have wanted to have been coming in this early, let's face it. So I can only assume it's going to potentially be a double medium strap from now.
Yeah, you could already do a double stint of mediums to the end.
.34 also serving his 5-second time penalty as well after that collision with DC, which obviously was a knock-on effect from obviously what happened between Palmer and Ennis.
Rain in 15 mins according to not Jack.
Well, a little birdie's told me, AFL, that according to not Jack, suspected rain in 15 minutes. Now,
dun, dun, dun.
It doesn't, correct me if I'm wrong, but that sky doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime soon. There's no major black clouds in the sky, is there?
No, it looks slightly overcast, but nothing too much. You know, weather.
Lap 50, well, it'll be about lap 15 then, if there is going to be rain. So, let's check back in 10 laps time and find out what's going on.
Yep.
Right then, we are going to jump back on board with our race and championship leader, which is Brabbit, and drivers potentially. I've lost what I was going to say because my headset cut out then. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Potentially coming in, but the safety car has just turned around and gone, nah, let's take him around for another lap. That's just to allow, obviously, Glowstick to catch back up at the grid. So, he started late and he left early. Harry Palmer.
False alarm. He seen drops. But it was sweat.
Probably another lap under the safety car. End of this lap will probably be ready to get back.
Just another comment there now saying it was a false alarm. I thought he saw rain, but it was just drops on his helmet. If you know, you know.
Mr. George Russell in the chat.
I can't believe he said that during the race. It's raining. No, George, it's sweat.
Just goes to show how hard they are pushing.
Yeah. Yeah. Safety car surely going to be in this lap, so we'll get back racing on lap 27. Still a long way to go yet. Well, as it stands, I mean, Brabbitt will get a bit of a lead on his main championship rival, actually on all three of his championship rivals, just looking at it. Well, McConey is P5, but he's already got a 30 gap lead. So, could be a big haul of points here for Brabbitt if he can stay in P1. 4-star, obviously, he's going to need to hope for some more safety cars. Currently sitting in P18. And McConey, like I said, P5. Strauss, well, he's down in P12, so... Only time will tell. Safety car obviously in this lap, so it is Brabbitt that's going to be in control now of the restart. Is he going to be quick, or is he going to... Ooh... Staggered restart, and we're away.
Slow and steady, and he's gone. Yeah.
All right, and we're back racing on lap 7. Still plenty of laps left in it. Then Crack gets round Lars, but Lars takes the position back. They go battling side by side into the first few corners. Lovely battling there from the pair of them as Lars gets back up to P3. Overtake on Ennis there from Indian Jesus. Indian Jesus now P9. And lovely overhead shot there of really see who has a bump. We've caught that. We're watching wings fly everywhere from the Alpha Tauri team. I think that's an end plate actually. So we'll be seeing DC in the pit again in a moment. He's got damage. As 4-star gets round DC. Bit of a battle here between the other Alpine and the Alfa Romeo. Strauss gets round nicely and he jumps up to P13.
Looking at the battle for the lead, the wheel's looking very racy on those soft tyres. It's definitely extended this stint by staying out under that safety car, and he's looking very racy. So I'd keep an eye on that battle, see what happens if anything comes up.
Definitely do. I'm currently mid-pack at the moment because there's some overtakes going on mid-pack. Obviously, we're expecting probably DC to be in this lap to repair his wing damage. Ennis is now up to P9, getting around Clark on the outside. They're now battling wheel to wheel where Ennis and Palmer collided. Bit cleaner that time. As I say that, as one of the Red Bulls collides with War Daddy in the Williams, causing more wing damage. That front straight is literally just causing damage left, right and centre. As you can see, it's affecting War Daddy, who's now falling down the table. Battle between the big bulls. They're currently P10, P11. Seed makes his way back up to P12. Some good mid-pack battles going on here at the moment. What's the view like up front, AFL?
Quite interesting actually. Lars has now got onto the back of the top two, and he's looking quite racy as well. Obviously DRS isn't activated just yet.
No, still one more lap yet. Well, on lap 9 I believe DRS should be reactivated. Now I've jumped on board at the moment to watch that beautiful overtake for Lars. Now they're battling side by side into the final corner. Can these boys keep it clean? DRS now enabled. Clean racing for the battle for P2 at the minute. Brabbitt's now running off into the sunset. He's got a 1.2 second lead, so he's distancing himself as War Daddy picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. His race is going from bad to worse. Ennis is back up to P8 and Staban P9. Indian Jesus has dropped a couple of positions as we have a yellow flag in Sector 1 for the Mercedes of Not Jack. He's gone for a bit of a spin. I don't know if he's got damage or not, but he's dropped all the way back down to P17. Doesn't look like he's got damage unless it's minor wing.
Definitely been action-packed this race.
Yeah, no matter where you look, there's battles everywhere. The Red Bull of Staban, he gets in front of Ennis. He takes P7 away from him. Definitely, no matter where you look, it's been battle after battle after battle.
Yeah, War Daddy stretched slows now, 2.4 second lead on the car behind.
And it's looking to get the move done on the inside against Staban. Staban squeezes him against the wall. No contact was made between Staban and Ennis. But Ennis now loses a position to Seed. Ennis drops down to P9, but we'll have DRS assistance. Indian Jesus is into pit. Let's see what he does. I believe it's just for tyres. Don't think there's any wing damage. No, there is wing damage. So he's replacing his wing. He's gone for a set hard, so he'll be looking to sit out the 19 laps on these hard tyres.
Yeah, probably take it to the end, or at least where there's a late game safety car.
Now I think the softs of Duwil are finally starting to leave up a little, but he's trying to keep Lars company at the moment. Cole Paradox gets around McConey. He's up to P5 now, but McConey turns around and says, nah, you know what, mate? No, there's a good battle for P5 going on here. Let's jump on board with these two and see what's happening. Into the chicane section, so easily able to get a 3-second time penalty there, as AFL will tell you. Was it on the chicane that happened, that 3-second? I mean, you got it removed, mate, but was it on the chicane?
Yeah, I think there was two cars that had spun, and they hadn't ghosted by the time I got there, so I just cut the chicane.
Yeah, take a bit of action.
Yeah, and obviously, the stewards did a great decision.
So. Oh yeah, it's one of those circumstances where it does get removed. And so Steve's managed to get round to Staban. Staban will be trying to hunt him back down. Let's see if the battle between these two heats up into Sector 1, because Sector 1 a very, very quick section if you could take it right. As Lars picks up a 3-second time penalty for those multiple infringements, and Duwil gets back round and retakes P2. Those softs of Duwil are doing really well, same with Cracks.
Their safety car period has helped them quite a bit.
It has helped them quite a bit. As we do have a yellow flag in Sector 2 somewhere, and it's for Crack. As I said, those tyres of Crack's helped him. He's dropped to P15. I don't know what happened, we didn't catch it. But he is now free forward all the way down to P15. Commentator's curse, mate. It's rife today.
We should just sit here in silence.
Yeah, the battle for.
As Lars pits.
He is. Now, surely this would be for a set of white walls.
Yeah, probably thinking about the undercut. Sure will. Very early on those mediums. Yeah, he's gone for a set of hards.
A set of hards. So drivers will be starting to think about coming in now as Cracks come in, Jacks come in, but Crack, no doubt, he's probably picked up damage as well. He must have done. No, he's just decided that his tyres are enough's enough. He's gone for a set of mediums though. He thinks that maybe mediums can take him to the end of the race, unless he's going soft, medium, soft.
Interesting now, Lars has come out in clear air. Probably get those tyres up to temperature and see what he can do. Possibly close the gap to Brabham as well within that period for the undercut. See what he can do now.
Well, bit of a battle going on here further up the grid. The battle for P4 is very much alive as there's contact between Tobes and Staban at the end of the corner. Let's stick on board and see what's happening there. Strauss getting around Klepper. He's now up to P11. I'll have a look aboard with him later on, but there's a real battle going on here for P4.
Oh yeah, there's a massive DRS train there. Whole paradox with minimal DRS as well. But he is getting dragged on by Marconi in the DRS, so that should negate any issues from behind.
We do have one of the marks in, so I believe Sieb's coming in for his mandatory stop. I believe he's already stopped once, so... Coney's back up to P3. He's pushing now as hard as he can. The wheel on them softs. Those softs are going well for DeWill, but there is a 3.7 gap between him and Brabbit. Brabbit currently going for a nice Sunday drive around the Miami Dolphins Stadium.
Yeah, he's really been enjoying himself this season, Brabbit.
Oh, he's had a great season, and I called it earlier on in the season, and it's still possible, but there's still plenty. I think Brabbit is going to be the one to snatch it. It's at the way he's handled that Ferrari all season. Every track that's been thrown at him, he's just handled really, really well. And that is what it does come down to overall. Ennis picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's had multiple infringements. Let's see where the DRS change. So the battle for P4 is alive once again. Can Staban get round Cole Paradox with that DRS ERS assist? No. But the gap's now pretty much closed. Staban making the move with thanks to the DRS assist there on the starting straight. He now takes P4. Show the other Ferrari sim level NS. He's battling 3-4-4 P9ers. War Daddy in the Williams. He's gone.
Safety car.
And that's the safety car. Jack opting not to pit. Now then, I expect to see a lot of the medium runners and DeWill diving into that pit. But it does mean some of the hard runners that have already pitted, so the likes of Lars, Indian Jesus, they might get some... Now, this may have benefited them a little bit.
Oh, I'm not too sure, you know.
Well, time will tell.
Track position, these guys on the mediums will probably pit now. Go into a set of hards.
100%.
That's more drivers in front of Lars, possibly.
Might be silly not to, let's face it. Rabbit slowing down to avoid breaching Delta. Is it me, or is in this game that Delta just a lot more harsher than it was the last couple of games?
I've got straight line.
More temperamental.
News from one of the drivers. Cracks claiming that he got straight lined at some point during the...
Oh, that hit.
What happened?
It's very dicey there.
Clark got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Double stacking in the Alpha. Oh, that could have ended bad for 3-4. A lot of people all coming in. A lot of the drivers have gone for mediums.
You can get.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm certain that some of these drivers that have come in for mediums started the race on mediums, and this is their first pit. Are they banking on a late game safety car? Well,
Back in the minute, mate.
Yeah, no worries, man. So we are under safety car conditions. So while we are under safety car conditions, let's take a look to see who has lost what position, who's gained what position. So stop-wise, everyone's come in for a stop. Whether it's the mandatory stop or change of the compound, we'll find out at the end of the race. Positions change-wise, though, Rabbit obviously still trying to go for the perfect weekend. DeWill is up 2, Lars is up 3, McConey is up 1, Steban's up 11, Paradox is up 2, 4 Stars up 7, 3-4's up 5, and Toves is up 10. Glowstick is up 8, and Clark is up 6. Now, this is where people are really starting to struggle. Strauss is down 2, Indian Jesus is down 10, Ennis is down 12, Not Jack is where he started, Crack is up down 4, DC is down 8, but Seeb, who started 20th, is currently P18. Well, we're literally just waiting for the drivers to catch up. I'm surprised the safety car didn't make a late call there to come back in. So we're going to have one more lap of safety car. The safety car pretty much guaranteed to come in this lap. Just over halfway now through this Grand Prix. Cole Paradox choosing to go, you know what, I'm going to go for a set of softs. Softs could potentially maybe stay okay to the end of the race. It's going to be a push, but you never know.
Touch and go. I mean, he's got nothing to lose, so he might as well roll the dice.
Only a couple of drivers with penalties this race. Lars has obviously got 1, Clark's got 1, and Ennis also has 1. Safety car surely in this lap. We're just waiting for obviously confirmation there on that. Still anyone's game, let's face it. The safety car resets bring everyone back into it. It can shake things up. But Rabbit's currently made it look easy. So while we're waiting for the safety car to come in, AFL, let's look to the future, shall we? Let's look at next week's race. Imola, a very historic track.
Yep, historic track. Iconic corners, iconic fans. Hopefully the Ferraris go well there in front of their home crowd.
Well, Rabbit will definitely be wanting to put on a show for the home crowd, that's for sure. And it's where we did our first comms together for a 100% race.
Yep. Where it all started.
Well, that's where our comms journey together begun all that time ago. Mm-hmm. That was a good race to comms over. It was a long one though, a full quality, full race. That was a long evening.
But it was for a good cause.
It was for a good cause. Anyway, Rabbit is now getting ready to lead us back underway again as he's gone. Here we go. McConey gets overtaken by Steban. Steban's up to P4. Also, McConey on the harder compound of the two, so to be expected. But it does mean McConey's tyre will go longer and potentially soften up and get up to race speed and go quicker down the line. Clean restart by the looks of it, AFL. Not really had much in the signs of bumps and...
Yeah, looks good. Rabbit possibly looking to stretch his legs now, but he's got the tyre offset to DeWill on the quicker tyre, and he'll get those tyres up to temperature quicker as they're that step softer. So let's see. We're going to have an interesting 12 laps.
Well, it is. There's battles starting to form already at the back of the track. Crack goes a little bit wide there. Nothing too major. Very clean, very clean restart. Tony and Lars are having a nice little battle. Lars desperate to try and make a name for himself. It's always good to see when you see a driver on the grid for the first time and he's up there battling for a podium straight away.
He's put on a really good show tonight.
Strauss has come into pit again. He's decided to go for a set of softs. Clean. As Strauss picks up a 5 seconds time penalty as I say the word clean. Oh dear. Nice little battle going on here for the battle for P5. We're on board with Staban at the moment, who's having a nice little battle with 4-star. For those that don't know, 4-star likes to gather the clips from everybody at the end of the race, puts some mashes them together and makes nice little montage on TikTok. So if you haven't already, go and check them out. They are always worth a laugh. I don't know if you saw the one that he did of me and you AFL in Spain.
No, I haven't.
Have you not? Oh, it's great. It was a good chuckle. So it's when obviously Indian Jesus and Free4 had their collision in Spain. And obviously I said what a bloodbath. Earlier on, obviously in that race, you said I didn't see that, but 4-star had worked his magic to make it look like you hadn't seen that incident. He made a bit of a meme out of it. It was great. No, obviously.
I need to see it.
It was great, mate. Oh, it gave me a good chuckle. It's like, he definitely didn't say that, but it was worth a chuckle. It was definitely worth it. Clark is up to P11. Nice little battle going on here in the mid-pack at the moment between Clark, Crack, and Not Jack. There's a slight contact between the Mark and the Haas. Nothing major. Oh, potentially looks like a small bit of wheel lock there. The Haas hasn't really got anywhere to go. Need to be careful going into this high-speed section of the track. We don't want anyone else really leaving early. Glow sticks up to P8 now. Amazing news for him. He had a bit of a slight contact, and there's wing damage on one of the cars. I think there's one of the Marks. I believe it's Seeb that's picked up the damage.
Yeah, he has. Looks like he's right. End plate? No, his end plate looks fine.
Trying to find out, there was a wing or an end plate that did fly off. I'm trying to find out which driver it is. It's one of the Mercs. I believe
Could be Jack.
It's Jack. And that's going to allow DC to try and go down on the inside because Jack won't have that speed there at the minute. Jack's going to have to come in and pit and go for a set of war. He's staying out though. Feels no. He's rolling with it. Now, you know what I was saying earlier, that 4-star needed a miracle to bring himself back into this? Well, guess what? He's P4. He's made his way back up that grid. And he's made these safety cars work to his advantage. And Brabbit will be aware of this now because he'll be appearing on obviously his top 5. So, still a lot to come yet. New fastest lap set there from Strauss. We are on board with 4-star at the moment. McConey is desperate to try and keep up with him. McConey will be battling as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 3 of the top 5 currently in the top 5. It's gonna go.
This battle between the Mercs is interesting as well.
Well, one's got damage.
Yeah, they're not giving a room.
Where have I heard this before?
Oh,
If I can't mention 2021, mate, I'm going to mention something else. Oh, dear.
They're really going for it there, these two Marks.
You know what? Let's jump on board and keep an eye with them as well. So, let's jump on board with Seeb. Battle of the Silver Hour. So, one's wearing a yellow helmet, so there's Hamilton. And the other helmet's Russell. Russell's got around Hamilton. Now, in true Russell style, there should be a war coming up shortly. Yeah, the reason Jack's obviously got the damage as well on the end plate. Obviously, Indian Jesus making it look easy, but obviously with the damage on that, the turning's just not there from the mark. Jack's really got to consider maybe a set of softs. Let's jump back on board with the McLaren lad, the reserve, Lars. Here he is. He's put in a good performance today.
Jeff, the wheel is still close behind Brabant.
Still in DRS range, so potential for a good last couple of laps shootout. Now, the last time I called was Miami. The race was decided on the very last corner. And it was great to watch. It was great to comms that race. But again, like I said, I do like Miami. I'm one of the few people, if not maybe the only person, that likes Miami. As we have a yellow oh, I believe that's for Indian Jesus. Yellow flag in sector 3, and it is. Aston Martin lad not having much luck this evening. Strauss, currently P18, we're going to show him some love and stick on board with him for a second. Right then, let's try and see if we can find a battle going on somewhere else. Glowstick and Stepan are having a bit of a battle. We've jumped on at the right time here. Bit of a DRS train as well, so let's see what these two can do. Baby Bull versus the Big Bull. Good clean battling from these two as Glowstick gets round, but Stepan has got the inside advantage, but Glowstick slams the door, and Glowstick will take P6 in this Grand Prix. Coney managing to get round Lars. He will now take P4 in this race, edging ever so closer. As we've got another yellow flag in sector 2, and it's Indian Jesus again. It's just going from bad to worse for the Aston Martin driver. He's had a rough couple of weeks as well. Obviously, we mentioned Spain, and then I'm pretty sure last week he had a bit of a rough week as well, and it's continued over to Miami. Like Tobes slightly corner cut there, going off the track and gaining a slight advantage, but
positions.
now DeWill is out of DRS range now on the leader. But there's still plenty of time left to go, I'm pretty sure.
The battle for P6, P7, yeah, it was quite good.
I've just seen that. I saw that at the last second. Let's jump aboard and keep an eye on this, because it seems to be about a four-way battle at the minute. I'm going to jump aboard with Stepan. Oh! Oh, it's mayhem, it's carnage, and we love every second of it. Now, I don't know who's...
He's got damage there.
I didn't see any major damage. If it is, it's going to be minor.
Mm-hmm.
The Ferrari, by the looks of it's come in.
Yeah.
And that is Ennis. So Ennis must have got some sort of minor wing damage. He's come in. And Glowstick's also come. Ennis has called it a day. He's retired. So that's one of the horses out.
Really
Glowstick's done the same as well.
Remember, Ennis started P2.
Ennis did start P2.
Yeah, and then with that collision with Harry Palmer's race has just gone down, which is unfortunate because he did show good pace today and was a genuine contender for the podium, if not the win.
Yeah, maybe in a different reality, mate. Maybe a couple of penalties flying around as well at the minute. For those that are requesting to see the starting positions at the minute, there you go. That's your starting positions. Right, back to tyre compound and back to the race at hand. 4 DNFs. Wouldn't want to be sat at Ferrari at the minute for Ennis. As we've got a safety car late on. What?
What? For what?
What's caused the safety car?
Uh-oh. What do these guys do now? Do they pit?
Well, you'd think, but I don't know. Well, the Will's decided he's going to. I mean, 4-star is going to be P2, McConey P3. So the top 3 in the championship are currently 1, 2, and 3 on the grid as it stands. Lars is in P4. 3-4's up to P5. DC is up to P6. A lot of the drivers have, though, gone soft. DeWill, Paradox, Crack, Tobes, Sieb, Steban, Jack, Clark, Strauss, and Indian Jesus are all on new softs. Well, Indian Jesus will be on one lap. Old softs he pitted the lap before, but technically still counts. Right then, AFL. This certainly has spiced things up.
Yep.
No idea what's caused the safety car. I don't know why the safety car is out. Has someone installed the Massey DLC?
Oh, Rob, stop. I have a lot of ill about Michael Massey.
Let's go for start.
But sometimes, AFL, you wake up in the middle of the night staring at the ceiling and going, Massey.
Oh, it's not that deep. Not that deep. She doesn't keep me up at night.
Have you got a dartboard with his face on it then?
No.
Oh, well, I think I know what to get you for Christmas. Obviously, the game programmed to not have the safety car on the last 2 laps of the race, so if anything,
don't ask me why I'm doing.
The safety car will be in on lap 27 at the absolute worst. Ennis has obviously now left the session. I don't understand why. He's survived 1 impact but couldn't survive the second. Now, the question is, can the boys that have decided not to pit withstand the assault which is going to come their way from the soft runners? It's going to be an interesting race on these last few laps. What's your predictions, AFL? What are we thinking may happen?
Oh, I've noticed my predictions don't really do very well. I've think the top three will stay where it is.
Mm.
And then barring that, it could be carnage. The guys are on quicker tyres behind. I get why these guys didn't want to pit track position.
Yeah.
And they have got a big buffer of cars in between them before they get to the wheel on fresh set of softs.
Mm. Well, the safety car is in. We are going to have 3 laps of racing to decide. Hang on, no. Let me do it right in a way that you'd be familiar with. We are going to have 3 laps of racing to decide the title here in Miami. Just replace the words with other words that were said on that fateful day. The season's nearly over, mate, and I promise I'll have a new gag for you next season. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe
the profanities I've got in my head right now are not safe. It's true. We'll keep it PG.
We'll keep it PG indeed. I promise that was the last one for the evening. Brabbit is now obviously underway. He's now leading the Grand Prix, the championship. He's now got to try and survive an assault of soft tyres heading his way.
I'm going to keep an eye on the wheel. Leaves out. I think it's too late for a safety car now. Another one.
Technically speaking, we could have a VSC.
Yeah.
DC is also spun as well.
Duel is looking rapid on these softs now. I'll be keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, keep an eye on Duel for me. I'm going to jump back on board with... I don't know. You know what? Freefall's actually giving it a good go here. I'll jump on board.
This is looking good.
This is spicy. Nearly 4 wide.
He's been hit and he's been spun. That's unfortunate there for Duel. He was looking really good there.
Crack is putting Freefall under pressure here. Them soft tyres, man. I said it was going to be an assault. I didn't literally mean an assault, but it's exactly what's happened. Oh, Lars, he's picked up a 5-second time.
He's going to make a roll into the final corner. He dives down the inside. And he'll probably get the traction as well on these brand new soft tyres. Good move, good control. Gets his foot down, power down, traction, all good.
Not Jack.
Get after
Not Jack also getting around as well. Now, can McConey hold on? Can 4-star hold on? Can Brabbit hold on? Time will tell. 4-star desperately trying to hunt down his championship rival. Remember, only 6 points between 4-star and Brabbit. If 4-star can finish ahead of Brabbit, he will take lead of the Drivers' Championship with 2 rounds left to go. Lars has now called it a day. He has left the session. Now, can 4-star... I'm getting flashbacks to, like I said, a very similar Miami race, which happened not so long ago. That I was also commentating on. I'm keeping an eye on this battle for P1 at minute, mate. Who have you got your eye on?
I'm watching P5 Crack. He's right on the back of that group now.
I can just see the battle for P5 in the background as not Jack forces in between him and Fort. Right. Not Jack setting the fastest lap of the race as well so far. 1 minute 29.8 as we go into the final lap of this Grand Prix. Can Brabbit hold on?
Crack up to P4. Good move there.
Now, if you was 4-star, would you let your teammate past because he's on the faster compound, or would you try and hold on to this P3?
4-star's in the battle for the title, isn't he? So everyone he can get now could possibly help.
DC's retired from the race. Not Jack going around the outside of Brabbit, and he takes the lead of the Grand Prix with half a lap to go.
This is why I don't predict anything, because I always get it wrong.
Well, Brabbit has been in the lead at multiple Grand Prix recently. He's won multiple Grand Prix recently. Not Jack at the very end on the softer compound tyre. Gets around the outside, and he has got 1, 2, 3 corners. He's at 3 corners away from Brabbit's trying to make a move. I don't think it's too little too late. I think it's going to be a Silver Arrow finish here. And it is. It's not Jack crosses the line to win the Miami Grand Prix. Brabbit in second. 4-star P3. Crack P4. Marconi P5. Cole Paradox P6. Staban P7. Clark P8. Tobes P9. Freefall P10. Indian Jesus P11. Strauss P12. And DeWill, the only driver to finish that didn't score any points. What a race.
What a race indeed.
Not Jack at the very end there with well, now I'm actually in shock. But what a race! I enjoyed every second of that, and it's good to see a Silver Arrow on the top spot after so long.
100%.
Right, are you okay to invite the top 3 to the party if you can?
I'm going to invite them and I'm going to go off, mate. Yeah, I'll let you do the interviews if that's alright.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. So, it's Not Jack P1, Brabbit P2, 4-star P3, Crack P4, Marconi P5, Cole Paradox P6, Staban P7, Clark P8, Tobes P9, Freefall P10, Jesus P11, Strauss P12, and DeWill P13.
I can't invite Jack. I've tried. I added him as a friend a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't had a response, so he can't join unless he accepts the request. I can get Brabbit and 4-star.
Well, I pressed the wrong button, people. I pressed the wrong button. I've accidentally left AFL. 2 seconds. We'll rectify this immediately. Where is he? Where's my good buddy? Oh dear. It's all gone. It all went wrong. I tried to be helpful and it all went wrong. Oh dear. Right then, if you're able to invite Brabbit and who came P3?
Oh, I don't.
Because it was Mark P. It was DeWill, wasn't it?
Are you sure?
I think so. As you can see, people that are watching, we do have memories of the goldfish.
It's been a long day at work, guys.
It has been a very long day. It's been a long day.
It's not a good day for me.
I'm just rewinding the stream now. It was 4-star.
4-star, yeah. You nearly made me invite someone else.
Who can we invite? Who finished P4? You know what? See if Marconi's up for a chat. Right, so we have 2 of the top 3 in at the minute. We're going to start off with P3. 4-star, mate. Talk us through it. Talk us through that race.
He's just always there. No matter what I do, he's just always there ahead of me. Just every time.
Is it? He was just in front, and you did have an onslaught of soft wheel compound drivers behind you as well. I mean, that last restart, surely it was one of those that maybe I could catch him.
Absolutely. I was on mediums. I feel I had the pace because I caught up before that safety car. I was catching him. I was actually fancying my chances then. And then obviously the safety car came out and I followed his decision. And I was lining it up. I knew DRS had come on the last lap, the last long straight. But then I got caught out with Not Jack and he just appeared on the inside. I'm not sure it was a clean move, to be honest, but and then him being in the mix gave Rabbit the DRS in the last straight, and that was it. So pretty powerless then.
Yeah, at one point I thought you was going to catch him, to be fair. It's even on stream thinking, I thought you were going to... Because there ain't many points between you and him in the championship. There's still 2 rounds to go. It could potentially be a last round shootout between the pair of you.
Yeah, I mean, that was my aim tonight, to beat Rabbit. The gap was, 6 points, so it's kind of like a position or a couple of positions. So that was my aim, and I've failed. I've let everyone down. Yeah,
the championship's still very much alive for you, mate, so don't get too disheartened.
It's still there. There's 2 more left.
2
but
more.
He's just always there, like I say. No matter what I do, he's always there.
Well, next week, mate, we head over to Imola. What's your thoughts on Imola?
I don't particularly like it, but I seem to go well there, and I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, so, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, try and get a good weeks of rest, get some practice in, and hopefully, just maybe next week, maybe you can catch the Rabbit.
Yeah, of course. I shall certainly give it a go.
But what may put a little bit of a smile on your face is that I'm about to speak to him now, but he's P2. Rabbit, right at the very end, it was clenched from you. You've won so many races in a row, and the winning streak's come to an end, but you still put amazing performance in today, mate. Talk us through it.
Yeah, a podium, I will take it. In the end, in the last lap, nothing I can do. I mean, I think Jack was on fresh soft, so I had old hard. So yeah, maybe one straight I could fight, but on the second straight with DRS he would catch me. So yeah, unlucky, but yeah, I will take it. I'm happy to do another pole position because this was my weakness last season, and yeah, I'm surprised, or I'm happy about the result today, so I will take it.
No, that's the main thing. It's still, you're still going to be at the top of the championship. Not much of a gap closed between you and 4-star. It's going to be pretty much. It's looking to be. It's going to be a showdown between the pair of you in Brazil in 2 weeks' time. But speaking of 1 week's time, when we head over to Imola, well, how comfortable are you with Imola?
We will see. Imola is a great track. Like, I think it's really entertaining with the circuit and with the layout at itself. So we will see. Yeah, I think, or I hope we will have less safety cars in the next races, but this is something we cannot influence. So we will see next week.
No, we will definitely see next week. Maybe back on the top spot again next week, but still a P2, mate. So don't be too disheartened. But we will now go to our Miami winner, Jack. You're the winner of the Miami Grand Prix with that late game call. Talk us through it, mate.
Yeah, I had wing damage probably, I think, 8 or 9 laps, maybe, a little less. And I just stayed out because I had fresh softs. If there's a safety car, it'd be well for me. So yeah, came out, got a new wing, got the softs on, and just started cutting through.
Well, it seemed to benefit you massively, mate. I mean, you clinched the win from the championship leader. Obviously, he's still the championship leader at the end of this round, minus any penalties if there is any. I don't think there is, but still a win. First win of the season, if I'm correct as well.
First points of the season.
There we go. So, hey, if you're going to get them, get it with a win. So, that's the way to do it. But next week's Imola, mate. How do you feel about Imola?
Yeah, I like Imola, to be fair. So, hopefully, a decent enough performance.
Hopefully, you'll be
decent points to be. I'll be happy with.
Yeah, what's good.
Up here again, sure, I won't complain.
Oh yeah, definitely. Welcome any podiums you can get, mate. Especially just a couple of rounds left to go.
Okay.
Anyway, boys, you put on a fantastic shift again this evening. It's been wonderful to watch you boys race around this circuit. 4-star, I look forward to seeing your TikTok as always each week. I'm sure there's going to be some corkers in it again this week.
Yeah, well, I've got some myself to add without collecting everyone else's, so I'm sure there will.
I can't wait to see that. But as always, we are going to love and leave everybody. AFL's already had to get off because they had a long day at work. But next week, same time, we head over to the famous Imola circuit, the historic Imola circuit as well. Obviously,
can I just add something?
Yeah.
So more importantly than the championship, Not Jack was currently winning the Red Lantern.
Oh, so that's a good point.
Now he's won. He's kind of safe from that, I would say.
Yes, he is, Jack. Yeah, you were slap bang. You were the only driver, Jack, to not have any points this season so far. So now the currently in contention for the Red Lantern in Tier 3 is Leon.
Does he even still race?
I don't know, but he's there. He was 19th. At the end of this round, he's going to be 20th. Well, that is a bombshell to end today's race on. But it's been a great race. It's been great as always to have the boys for company. I'm sure if AFL was here to say the same thing. We will see you the same time next week when we go racing round Imola. Tier 2 and Tier 1 are still going on, so go and show your support and love to them.